Guys, my name is Sediak and welcome back to episode 2 of my brand new series of FoolsTown here in Skylines 2. Last episode we built and began the foundations of our brand new city, and it's come along pretty nice. We've got some nice little suburbs on the go. We try to stay away from some of the grids as well over in this area. Got a lot of walkways all up and running, and along with that comes a lot of problems as well. But today we're going to slowly start tackling some of the issues. We need to add in some services to get this city really up and running. But we did a lot of cool stuff anyway. We played around with the terrace houses and did the little walkway in the back of it as well, planting down some trees. It looks really, really good. Now, you guys loved the first episode so much. We're back with a second one, and if you do enjoy this and want to see more of the series, then make sure you smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here, and leave a comment saying Sonic Fool play some more, and we'll do just that. So, we've got a lot of stuff all up and running. We've got the basics in to have a functional city for the most part, and right now is where they're starting to complain a little bit. So we've got a couple of issues with people complaining that there's high rent, and we did have a few issues here and there about people complaining about needing medical facilities, and that's kind of stuff that we are going to look towards getting in. Now, currently we are making a profit of 2,000 big ones an hour, but that money is soon going to dwindle away when we start implementing some of our services. So I think then we'll start with a nice little medical facility. So in our healthcare, we've got the ability to build a medical clinic. It's a decent sized building that we can pretty much squeeze in, and I reckon we're going to maybe build it around here. So what type of road should we kind of utilize for it? I can maybe do like a sweet little alleyway style road, bringing that directly down, which gives us like a little bit of a side street access, a little bit of a private road almost, for where we can drop in our medical facility. So I could place that round about there, which will then give us enough room for maneuver to kind of build some expansions onto it. So by building that, then that'll make a few people kind of happy right now, and handle the healthcare situation, which for us currently is 54% is our average health. It's not amazing, but you know, we got to do what you got to do. And we're also going to take a look at some death care as well. Now, we only have the ability to build a cemetery. Now, a cemetery, believe it or not, is quite a large building. I still can't get over how big an actual cemetery is in this game. So we're going to have to designate a nice little area for it. Now, no one really wants to live near the highway, except the dead bodies. Oh, that just sounds really evil, doesn't it? It does sound really evil. So what I reckon we'll do then is we'll kind of connect this over. So what is this here in terms of length? That is a 112. So a 112, oh, it's the normal size. And then we'll do another 112. And then, so we'll go across here by 112 and then straight down. And then we'll do another one straight down. Is that about right? It doesn't feel right, doesn't it? I keep making this this remark quite often lately, playing this game. It gets so difficult to get the right alignment. You are very, very easily sidetracked into getting your grids completely off-centered. And I feel like this might be one here as well, because it's trying to align with that. And I don't really want it to align with that. So is that a 112? No. Which I feel like we might not get it. But, oh, hang on. We need space here for the cemetery. I've just realized we actually need space for the cemetery. It's quite a decent sized building. Yeah. So what we'll do, we'll move on to doing like a singular style lane here. And we'll kind of like bend it round as like a little bit of an access point almost. So if I bring that to there and then bend it this way, and then just kind of run it for now just to there. What I'm going to do with it, I'm not don't really know just yet. But we'll build our crematorium. It says cemetery, boy. It's a cemetery. We'll build our cemetery just here. Oh, I don't know if I want the bend now. Thinking about it, looking at it, I don't know if I want the bend. So if I build you here, because I want some space around, so I want to place some trees. But let me see how this looks by placing this in. So there, it's either going to be a 4 or a 4. We'll try and get a 4 spacing. So if I do that there, we've got a 4 spacing of a grid on that one side. If I delete this, and can I get a 4 spaced grid here? Look at that. Would you look at that? Right, that works out fairly well, doesn't it? And then we'll kind of play around with it as more stuff goes on. So we'll leave it as it is for now. We'll eventually place some trees down. Is there an issue here? Do I have traffic lights to get into the city? I can't actually turn these off because I don't have my advanced road services yet. How much to unlock it? It's only 1. I'll unlock large roundabouts as well. We might as well get that done. Now, for my road stuff here, let's kind of sort this out. Let's get rid of the traffic lights to allow the vehicles to flow. And we'll stick a roundabout also on this section here. Now, how big do we go for the roundabout? I feel like maybe a medium, a large. We'll go with a large to begin with to keep the vehicles flowing. And I'll implement a large one just there as well. And we might as well do one just there as well. So just to aid a bit more of a traffic flow, we should see some movement now happening. So fast forwarding then, the roundabouts will aid the traffic, the vehicles can flow in and get the little bit of backlog that was kind of about to lead onto the highway dispersed. Right, nice. So just by implementing the medical clinic and the cemetery, I'm now losing money on the hour. But that's not a problem because we've still got plenty of room for maneuvering and plenty of stuff to get in. Now, what is aiding this? We need to increase our medium density. So I think we need to add in some more jobs. Now, the industry over here is looking pretty tasty. What's our current levels, by the way? What have we recently unlocked? So we have recently unlocked the ability to add in some livestock farming. Now, is that something that we could maybe... Oh, that is something that we can maybe look towards implementing. We've got some farming land here. There's loads of it over there, but there's definitely some here to where we can kind of build some temporary industries to get up and running. But I'm going to need to buy the tiles around it. So buy those 3. Right, I wasn't expecting to build industry so soon. This is quite exciting. So what I reckon we do, we'll use the gravel road as well. Can I leave the natural resources up for a moment? So if I first use the small roads, right, and what do we come out there by? That's just standard stuff, right? And then lead this all the way down to there, and then in. Why is that funky? Why is that not playing ball? I'm telling you, boys, it stresses me out trying to get this to work. It's just all of a sudden decides that it doesn't want to be straight. I don't even know if that road's straight, to be honest with you. Right. From here, going out, there. Leading this down. There. 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 Right, there we go. So, again, I want to keep this space open there in case we start pumping highways through. But coming off this, we're going to use a dirt road and we're going to try and create some type of a farming area. So, I reckon what we do then is we kind of come off the edge of this road here. And then we lead this in. And then we get it to almost run parallel. We'll get a nice little bend on the go with the edge of the area. Like that. We're going to kind of come out this way. And we'll say about there. So then kind of bend this out like this. And then run straight. I'm going to try and get like a bunch of farms in. Is what we'll do. We'll have then a connection. Do you reckon there's about right? And then we'll bend this going down. If I pick a point here, like that. Oh, it just leveled up as well. We'll check what we've unlocked in just a moment. But if I lead that into about there and then run that directly down. Oh. So a couple of little roads there. to where we can build some farming area. Now, I've just noticed we've also got some office demand, which is quite exciting. We could definitely build a couple of farms here. Hold on, is there room to... Oh, okay, there's not really room to build anymore going forward, but this should be pretty interesting. So if I build a livestock farm, and let's say I place the first building... Let's say we place it just... I could place it here, which is not a problem. And now we've got to kind of slightly zone off it. So I'm going to kind of go right to the edge here. I'm going to follow this road all the way down to there. Follow this all the way up. So scrap that one. Make these a little bit smaller so it follows the bend a little bit more naturally. All the way down to here, and boom. So that's our first one that we've implemented. It's only a small one, small little area, but that's our first one that we've now got in. So that straight away will give us one employee. Not many, but one employee, but it will start producing livestock. It's quite exciting, isn't it? It's quite exciting. Let's get a second one in. So we don't really have much to kind of work with, if I'm completely honest with you. We really don't have much to work with. So if I then went for this one here, so I do have the option as well to maybe think about, right, where am I going with this one? Filling this all up here as one farm. That might be an idea, right? Yeah, that could be an idea. Right, leading this all the way down. Oh, how did that just snap in? That didn't look too good, did it? Right, bringing this all the way down to about there is fine. All the way up to there. And then we're just going to kind of generally go around it here. To then bring this in to there. Now, this is I was going to do two, but I'm thinking, how'd it look with one? With the road tearing through the middle. So how does that look? Oh, that looks quite cool, doesn't it? I might make this farm now stretch out a little bit further. Can I redo the borders? I can. So what am I crossing off here? I'm going to there. So if I brought this to here. Okay, you've got to add on it like that. Alright, I'll just go to there with that one. And then bring this to there. Snap that into there. And just add a few additional nodes now to kind of get all this together. Right, get rid of the snapping. So you can't do it without adding the snapping in. Oh, hold on. Right. So there we go. So it extends that farm. I like incorporating the farm to go around the roads. So it feels like actual country lanes. And I'll place one more in. One more in. This is perfect already. This is actually perfect already. I could go for a grain farm just to kind of switch it out a little bit. Right, we'll go for a grain farm. So no matter where I put this, you're going to get the same tonnage. So if I put it there, and then we go this way. So we lead in, yeah, this way. So we'll put the snapping back on, and then we'll bring this to there. We'll match it to there. Now I know it doesn't really cover much here. I wish you could snap correctly there. I know it doesn't cover much there. But the whole point of it is to now slightly go round. So it's mainly to kind of catch this radius here. And then we'll bring it down into there and then follow it all around. So I don't know whether it will kind of say like it's not efficient because it doesn't cover the majority of the farming area or the natural resource. I don't know whether that's a thing or not. I'm sure we'll find out. Straight up. There we go. So we've got 3 farms all connected in. That's kind of cool, isn't it? I like that. I really do like that. And we'll kind of see how we get on with that. I don't know whether it's worthwhile maybe drag it. Oh, it's a shame you can't get a road slightly up here now. It's got overlapping items. Maybe I'll push these back. Right, push you in to there. So I could bring a road just to there. I don't know why. I just can. I just can. Right, okay. Not too bad. So what did these provide in terms of jobs? So this one provides up to 9 jobs. This one that one originally provided 1. So I have noticed when they level up and they're here a bit more, they do start to then offer more jobs. This one's 21 jobs. This one's currently 1. So that one will eventually give us more jobs availability. Right, so we've got a little bit of farming land. Now it's not much, but it's just enough to kind of maybe give us a few pennies. We're currently now making profit. I don't know whether that's down to exports or whatnot, but that's fairly decent. Now we have got a nice little chunk of demand coming in for a little bit of everything right now, which is good to see. Did the pollution eventually get rid of here, by the way? No, it didn't. Can I get rid of pollution? How do you get rid of ground pollution? I'm not 100% sure, but let's get some of these medium row density houses. So let's go here first, and we'll have a little fast forward so they can build it all up. And then those will get built. So that spends a lot of those demands, but we have a bit of high density demand as well. Now we did get these little houses in here, which worked out really, really well. And I think it's about time we can also add on. They're low rent houses. So we can add on to them. With a few going around here now. Now, just that one spent the demand that we currently had. So that's kind of crazy, isn't it? It is kind of crazy to feel like that's what it did. Now, we've got some office demand as well. So not enough customers for the stores. High rent as well. We're going to squeeze in some offices. So I reckon what we should do here is try and kind of bridge the gap between them. So if I come off on this side, you reckon? Yeah. We come out by... Where does it snap to meet? Okay, we'll make it meet this one. Or do I make it meet that, or do I make this meet it? So that's happening just there. So if I brought you in to about there. Okay, let's just go with that for a moment. Come off that to go directly in. Oh, the whole section of that is now kind of squiffed. Right, I think we'll kind of lead into that first. Right, I don't know if that's going to work. I want it to be on this side for if I it just doesn't want to square up, does it? Or is that me? It's weird, isn't it? It feels like it doesn't want to square up. Maybe I just changed the road. Alright, push this through, up and through. Push you through as well. Yeah, it doesn't want to square up. That's fine. You know, it is what it is. I'm not going to say anything about it too much. Right, bring that to there. And then bend this in. So yeah, we'll go with the full bend there. So that bends in to kind of keep the flow going. And then we've got the option to bring this in and kind of snap it to something. So I could choose to, I'd say about there, run this up. Is that on the straight? No. Or maybe throw a bend on this. Only ever so slight to kind of match that. But then you'll get a bend out of this. How does this look? So it's just something a little bit different. It's something a little bit different we can kind of play around with. But it'll allow us then to... I mean, I can utilize some paths in to make it walkable. And all that kind of stuff. We'll go directly from here and then lead this directly over. We'll go from there directly over to there. Just for now, we'll have a connection going straight down. Like that. And then we've got a couple of options around here we can kind of play around with. Like that. We'll do one leading out of here, directly up. Right, we'll just kind of roll with that. We'll actually do one more here as well, because we can incorporate the school. Leading straight down. You coming directly into here. You're directly into here. Now, it doesn't really make much sense until you get the buildings in. And then we'll kind of connect down like that. Right then, so we've got a little bit of office demand, which is what I'm going to utilize here. So it will be the buffer between the industry and the residential. Now, we don't have a lot of it, so I can see it being spent pretty quickly. So if I throw that there, that will spend our office demand instantly. And there'll be nothing left of it. But we are going to need some more low density right now as well. So I think that's where we can then start to think about building it over here. So this road here, at the moment, is going to continue spreading down in this fashion. Now, like everywhere else, we got to figure out where we're going to be situating the spacing. So I'm probably gonna maybe select about, let's just say here, for example, and then go that way, just so I can delete this. So I want the spacing because I feel like at some point we're gonna have an elevated highway going different directions to kind of have a little bit more of an easier access to this area. So let's see where this would almost all match. So about there, and I reckon we throw a bend on it. So that there is by an 80, and then is it by an 80 still? Yeah, we're not fully going to get the 80 on that side, but that's okay. So bend it in, because that's going to be like a big junction at some point. That's how I feel. And then we got to figure out where we want the connection. Now, does the connection... Well, what's it tearing through there? Is there something it's like messing up with? What is that? Is that a rock? It's a can? What is that? I can reposition it. I have no idea what that is. Maybe I'll put it in the roundabout. Oh, wait, you can't put it in the roundabout? Oh, what a shame. Oh, I'll put it there. I don't know what that is. Honestly, I have no idea what that is. Now, if I lead this road going down, I don't know if it's a case if I want it to kind of... Where's the snap? Right, that's the snap. I don't know if it's a case where I want it to kind of like run all the way through and it connects up to that road diagonally, which I think could be quite a cool little feature. So if this continues to run down anyway, because that's going to run parallel. Well, at least it was... The plan was for it to run parallel. There we go. And then do the same for this road here, but is that too close? It's too close to kind of connect into there, but it'll be fine for running in and snapping into here. So delete you there. So you can see how it now kind of comes to the end of that. And we'll utilize this area here for some of this low density housing, because we're going to have an abundance of it. Now, I've got the option to keep doing this staggered zoning, but it's not good for when you want to drive down. You got to stop at every junction. So I reckon there is a way in which I can maybe think about kind of cutting it through here. But that in itself is going to be difficult. I mean, that's where you want to like maybe utilize this tool. So that brings the lines this way. But we're thinking about the lines this way. So that would work like this. And then we'll kind of continue the fashion going directly up. And then there's room for a connection there. And maybe we keep that little bit there slightly open. Yeah, why not? Now, paths. Well, I know we're doing it quite often around here. I might leave that as a little bit of a T and then bring this maybe across eventually. Do I want to implement it here or just let them freely grow? Because we placed some there. It looks pretty good. We did a load around there as well. Look pretty good. I think we'll keep these au naturel. And we'll just go for the zoning like that. I'm hoping that disappears, to be honest with you. I don't know if it actually does, but I'm hoping it does. So that'll bring in a few more residents right now. Now, still complaining about the high rents. We'll squeeze in some new commercial as well. So commercial-wise, a lot of shoppers around here, so it probably would make sense to throw in some commercial on this side, which that will then spend or demand. I'll throw in one just there as well, because we seem to have an abundance of shoppers within that generic area. They're requiring and waiting for a hearse. We've picked up 26 dead bodies so far. There's currently 2 hearses navigating. And this got 14 patients, 1 vehicle in use. So that's hopefully running at capacity. We've got up to 57% on our average health, which is not too bad. I really like to, plenty of free time. Yes, very good. What are people saying anyway? The housing market stinks. Where do I complain? I like to live in this city, but there's no homes available. Listen, we're building the homes. I'm making it my #1 priority right now is building homes. Don't you worry. Do not worry. So, right. We're going to change up the kind of the alignment on... Oh, it's a shame I can't. I need to buy that tile. Right, buy that tile real quick. Right, let's get out of here. We're going to change up the run of the alignment here. So, connecting you in. Now, it's a shame that... Can I do like a side... Oh, you can do a side road to kind of cut through and still get your alignment. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. So, one either side on this. We'll run it directly up. And then we'll place in the path. Now, the path for this, I think it might be a case of... Oh, I think that might be the one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then we're going to run it this way. So it's the same with that, right? Yeah. We're switching the terraced rows that way. Now, granted, it is quite long. It is quite long, so I feel like... Nah, do you know what? We'll keep it long. We'll keep it long, because it's all flowing down this way. Maybe, like, just for the speciality of this. Just on that one alone, it crosses like that. And then we end it here. So you get these like little sneaky little alleyways that take you here, there, and everywhere. And then maybe apply the same logic on this. So just to there, but no further. No further on that. And then maybe on this, we cut all the way through. To at least there. that can kind of come down to there. It's like also how the little side access points, how they naturally come to an end before they spread out into normal kind of suburb style stuff. So we'll need more terraced housing demand before we can kind of squeeze all that in. And we just need more housing in general. So what's unemployment like then? Is it high? It is fairly high. So we got the officers in, and that's all they could really kind of give us. So we'll try and do a little bit more zoning now. So what was the spacing on this? It was a 240. So a 240 spreads to there. And if I do another 240, and then that's your connection into this 4-lane road. So if I bring this further down, just to there, and oh, okay, that did not play ball. I really hope someone creates a mod that stops your your roads from just slightly losing the alignment as we go. Because I will be honest, it's super annoying. Right, 240 straight down. And then we'll use these to build a little bit additional industry. But it's a case of you don't really want too much, because it just becomes a big blocky grid, and I'm not in favor of it at the moment. I like how this is slowly progressing, but I'm not in favor of it too much. So they're complaining about there is not enough high-skilled labor. So this is where education now is slowly falling into it. Oh, this is exciting. We're going to be looking at education next. Right, okay, I'm going to probably delete this road to there. Right, I'll come back to it. Let me pause for a second. High school, elementary. Put the snapping back on. I want to place an elementary school here. But it does mean slightly moving that road behind us. So elementary school in. We'll come back and check out the elementary stats in just a minute. But I'm going to come out of here on that side. And then bend this in. Right, there we go. We should be back in business now, yeah? Right, so in terms of education then, we have quite a high eligibility for college. But we're going to settle with elementary school first and just kind of, you know, educate them from the base level. That should hopefully work out. Rent is too high yet against it. Oh, we've got some terrace zoning demands, but... Oh, no, that's the high density demand, sorry. We still automatically build and rebuild these buildings. How are you not moving into those ones, you fools? How are you not moving into those? So the commercial and demand's creeping up slightly. So is the industrial demand. Now, this one originally had one job when we last checked it. It now has 27 jobs available. That's really good. That's really good. So what did we unlock on the Grand Village then? We unlocked production panel. Oh, we're going to check that out. Transportation overview, low rent housing. Oh, low rent housing. That's a new one, isn't it? Is that where we... isn't that this? Wait, so what's this? Oh, is that medium density? Ah, I think it is. I think it is. Okay, I think I've zoned the wrong type of building over there. Yeah. Natural disasters. We've got the offices in, the grain farming, the forestry. And a little bit of public transport as well. Right, okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And we are currently making a slight profit of $15. Okay, $1 now at this point. It's not a lot, is it? It is not a lot. Okay, that's great then. But we still have this exuberant amount of industrial demand. So we might have to think about, like, literally extending this a little bit further. So if I get this to match up, and I'm wondering if I can do... Oh, that's not how I want it to go. There we go. I wonder if we'll utilize these grids then. So we'll go up by what we've got it set to. No, we're going to do it this way. Nah, we'll just do it manually. It's not going to play ball, is it? It ain't going to play ball. Which I'm not stressing too much about this. And that's your connection into there. So we've got a little section there for our power plants and whatnot. Right, industry. Alright, go for a nice big chunk of there. Provide a fair amount more jobs. Do we still have that high unemployment rate? It's 4.4% at the moment, so that should reduce to 0 once I've got all these factories now in. And now those little issues are slowly starting to dwindle down a little bit, but not enough customers for our commercial over here. Okay, so we got a little bit of demand to do some more of the terrace-style houses anyway. So if I squeeze in those to there, and then we can get that one in. Just making sure that I'm covering all aspects. So get you in, and then all of these. And then these are then changing on this side. So I'm just kind of watching the demand as well. We'll do the awkward ones on all the corners, where we're most likely to have the issues. A little bit of demand left. Can I get them two in there? Yeah. These two in? Yeah. So I've got them on the edges where we're most likely to have the issues. I can then just like spread the radius over and just cover it all up when we got the bigger demands. So that will bring us more shoppers here, but I feel like we should also, once we get it, a little bit of higher density around here as well. So we'll go for this medium density style and then cover just there with that. So we're just kind of slightly changing it up a little bit as well. Just ever so slightly. Which is now starting to give us a little bit of office demand as well. So it's all about trying to balance in it. They're complaining about the high rents as well. Everyone's complaining about high rents. I mean, I haven't even touched the taxation, to be honest with you. So how are they complaining about it? Right. Production. So now we can see what we got a surplus of. So we should be exporting all of this, making some decent money. Now, material goods, this is what we can produce from some of our factories. And you can see what we got a surplus of. We got a huge deficit right now, and we're importing quite a bit of the fuel. Same goes with the, what is this here? This is convenience food. So we got power issues. We have power issues. So if we got power issues, why have we got power issues? We're just not producing enough. I can't add on to these as well. So, in terms of power, is it worth me maybe looking at something else? I could get a gas power plant. I don't know if that's a good idea. Or maybe we need to think about building a coal mine. But either way, we've got to get some additional stuff in. Now, wind turbines. It's quite windy down here, but these produce 5 megawatts. That produces 20, so 5 of these are a lot better. So I could put you here, and I could put you there, and then one there. So that'll give us an extra 15 megawatts. So if I do the cables underground, and then press play, we should now have the power. Yeah, boys. So yeah, you generate more wind near the water. That's really good to see, isn't it? Yeah. Right, traffic is not too shabby, to be honest with you. It ain't too shabby. So a little bit more demand creeping in right now for those kind of medium density stuff. I can kind of go for the full shebang there and see how far they kind of get them all in. And then maybe then delete the shorter ones. Because if I delete the short ones, the long ones will then build. And it will all look kind of semi-uniform. Oh, what happened there with these houses? There we go. Right, I'm going to have to do it like this. Right, delete you. There we go. How dare you try and build on the edge like that? That's not how I designed you. That's definitely not how I designed you right now. Oh, we've got a new signature building as well. Alright, throw all those in just there. So there shouldn't be any issues with building them. Try and get rid of the shorter ones, because that's not what we want. And we'll let them do the rest of it right now. I like that little terraced area. It feels quite homely, that does, from what I know growing up. It feels quite homely. Yeah, very nice, very nice, very nice. So we're making a bit of profit right now, so I think we should take a look at some other stuff then. So let's see the needs of our city. Let's see the road network. So we are going to experience the most density in traffic around here, but we don't really have any parking. Traffic-wise, this is what we're looking at. It's not too bad, but again, the city's not really that big. Power's okay, water's okay, sewage is okay. Medical is up to 56%, so even if we've got that one over there, we might need some more coverage over here at some point, which we will eventually bulk it up. Now, garbage, we don't really have anything to be able to take the garbage, but it does kind of send it outside of the region. Now, I could implement a garbage facility. I could implement one. It's not a problem. But what's the upkeep on it? It's 30,000 a month. We'll hold out for just a moment. Right, fire and rescue. We have nothing to give us coverage for the fire department. So I think it's something that we should also think about squeezing in. Right, let's see where I can kind of get it in. So a fire department, I think, wouldn't go too bad, maybe around this area somewhere. So fire and rescue. And we'll squeeze it in. They're all down here. We'll get it just there. No, we'll get it over here. I'll get it just there. Opposite the... Right, make your mind up, Seniac. We'll get it there. Right, we got a little bit of a... We've got a nice little firehouse right now. That should do us some justice. So, fire coverage and the hazard should now decrease as we got that in. Disaster control, we don't really have any. Policing is also an issue as well. We've got an average crime probability of 91%. Wow. So, let's get a nice little police station squeezed in. Now, this is something that requires a little bit of space. So, you know what? That works there. We'll throw you in just here. So the crime probability right now at 92%. Oh, we're now a tiny town. Nice. That should now decrease as the patrol vehicles now head out on the mean streets. And they do their thing. So if I can quickly grab one and go and see what it gets up to right now. It can have 2 passenger boards. Basically, it can arrest 2 people and put them in the vehicle. So I think it's just patrolling right now, isn't it? Yeah, it's in the state as patrolling. So until some crime activity happens, it will just patrol. So our crime probability is now dropped down by 10% almost. Just by implementing the police station in. Now somehow we're still making profit on the hour, which I don't quite get. Because I've just dropped in 2 brand new services. But I do have a little bit of demand again for our little terrace housing situation. So I'm going to go all the way down to here right now. And that will spend it all straight away. And then we'll kind of add in all of that there. And let them build that as well. So now we're flipping the direction of our... alignments of the kind of housing. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. Right, administration then. I think, didn't we unlock the welfare building? Oh, no, we didn't. No. We're going to unlock the welfare building right now. Now, this is a good building in general. It's in this way. Because it provides financial support to low-income citizens. Now, a lot of them who complain about the rent is too high. This would really help those guys out. So this is where we're starting to think about building some administration stuff, which is mainly happening all the way around here. But I think this building's quite large. Yeah, it is quite a large building. So, something like that. Where would I squeeze that in? I feel like over here it could work over here somewhere. But we might need to take larger gaps. So if I go up to there, bring that down and in. So trying to keep to the grid at the moment. Because there's no need to kind of get away from the grid in this area just yet. And that type of building is quite a decent size. So if I placed it... let's say right on the corner here. Or do I do it there? Well, if I placed it there, it's a decent sized building. And I can also then maybe integrate some paths that walk across it. Ooh. From behind. Because I can plant some trees in and make it a... oh, it creates a little bridge that does. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Wait, is there a reason for why you create a bridge? Can you add on to this building? No. Oh, the bridge is now gone. Well, that adds in. I can plant some trees down there as well. That would be quite nice. Right, can we extend this going up? We can. Maybe we should have done it like that instead. Just for the sake of continuing that. But I can't do it on that side. But that's okay, because we'll place down some buildings, some houses. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to reposition this. Or move it over by one. Right, that's how we'll reposition it. That'll work out fairly well. Loads of trees around eventually. That'll be quite nice. So yeah, that operating district. So server buildings assigned to city districts when assigned to the building will function as a local service to the assigned district. Unassigned buildings provide their service anywhere within the operating radius, which is what we're going to get to do for now until we start working with districts. But look at how now not a lot of people, if anybody, no one's actually complaining about low rents anymore. So that's really helped us out on the city services. That really has. Right, any small buildings cropped up from this? I don't think so, but them terrace houses, they look so good, don't they? I like the little switch in some of these. I got to plant all trees down there as well eventually at some point. Right, that's glorious then. So what do we unlock on our next milestone of Tiny Town? Oh, vegetable farming, coal farming as well, communications, the post office stuff, and some more kind of district stuff as well. Right, that's pretty handy. That is pretty handy. So with all that additional residential right now, that's surely got to increase the unemployment rate. Yes, yes it has. So we'll add in some more industry. So we'll get that into there first. Now how far do I want to take this industry to the point where I don't want to do a huge area of it. So I've got to think of a way to kind of bring it to an end almost. I think we'll go to there and then we'll figure out a section to work with it. So I think this is as far as I'm going to take. This road here is as far as I'm going to take the industry. Because then we'll do something a bit different. And then we'll also build like like another industry area somewhere else. So that's as far as I'm going to take it. So I'm going to cover all that area up there. So that will kind of provide us a lot of jobs. a ridiculous amount of jobs. We're at 10.3% unemployment. And that should heavily start reducing right now with all that going on. Alright, that's really good to see. Alright, we're increasing that demand again. So we'll throw in some more of these row housing. I just want to get this area over here all complete. I might as well just cover it all up, and then whatever demand gets created from it, it will just sort itself out. Right, we got to start thinking about car parks though, don't we? We really need to start to think about that. So let's use our development points to unlock some car parks. So the car parks in these parking areas here. And we'll do some simple car parks. Nothing too crazy. So parking. We could do like a medium parking lot. We could do some smaller ones. We do need them in some generic areas in general. I could do some very large parking. But that seems a little bit too crazy for this. Alright, let's take a look. How big's a medium? A medium would squeeze in there, wouldn't it? Yeah. Medium just in there. Nice little car park on the edge. So we'll still allow them at the moment to utilize the streets. But then any excess has to pay for parking. Which gets charged at like a $10 fee. But I need to take them off some of these roads though as well. So we'll implement a few little kind of areas of parking. So I think on this junction here is not a bad idea. So if I dropped in a large parking area there. And then straight across here. Plant some trees around the side. That will help us out within this vicinity. I like it because they actually use it. That's what I like about it. They actually like physically use it. Now, do we need parking around here? It's not bad, but round here is the worst. Overground parking. I'll say that for like a built-up area. We'll save it for built-up area. Now, we'll add like a medium one in over here, or go for a large. We can get a large in there, couldn't we? Because that also surrounds the school area too. And a little bit of the shopping district. Almost down there. So we'll allow them to utilize all of this. So give it time and it will fill up. You give it time and it will fill up. But it will make sense eventually to get rid of the parking on these roads. I'll do it on the roads that I definitely don't want them to park on. Now, you can't just like select the road and turn it off. No, you've got to use the road services. But there's nowhere to say no parking. It's a case of you got to get rid of the sidewalk. Which is kind of annoying. Lighten. So I can add some. So what I'll do, I'll add grass on either side. And we'll add some trees as well. And we'll do the same on this. So we'll do grass, 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 grass. Create these big beautiful boulevards. And then trees. There we go. So it gets rid of the parking on these big boulevard style roads. It will push it elsewhere. But this is where we got a lot of our traffic flowing through. So you just want to make sure that you've got nothing that's going to impede it or cause any potential issues. This car park's already filling up right now, which is pretty good to see. Very good to see, actually. And we did just have some office demand, which has now just disappeared really quickly. I was going to get ready to place some in them for a second. I really was. So, any small houses get generated over here? Yeah. We'll get rid of those. Stick to the theme of these terraced houses. It does look pretty good, this area. I do like it. I do like it. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And we've still got some medium density we can spend as well. So if I fill that, that'll build a larger house in there. We did place him over here as well, which will squeeze in another little section just there. I can't tell if that's disappearing or not. And we've still got a little bit more demand as well, so we're throwing some just there as well. Very nice. And it should provide a fair few amount of more shoppers within that generic area. So we're still turning a profit then, which is really good to see. The city economy right now, when we go to our taxation... Sorry, not taxation. Is it our taxation? Services? Oh, that's to see the individual stuff. Sorry. Roads, then. You can see we got fees right now, which is coming from pretty much parking and parking alone. Not too bad, not too bad. I'm surprised you're still making a profit, to be honest with you. I really am surprised. It's kind of blown me away, that, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, we do need to think about getting away slightly from all of this kind of industry right now. So I reckon we can utilize the end bit here to build in a garbage area. So let's squeeze something like this in. It's quite a large-ish building. So I reckon what we do is we bring this road just out a little bit. And then I'll kind of throw a little bit of a curve in. And then run it up to there. And then this area here will build our landfill area. So build the building right in the corner. And then we're going to follow this around. So the road becomes like the unofficial border. And then we'll kind of cut around slightly. So our distance too long then. So we have like a radius to where we can actually work with. So kind of go around it. Straight down to there and then in. And we have a huge landfill site. Dear God. So that will now collect garbage for our beautiful little city. I might slightly adjust it again. We can start emptying it at any point. Alright, move that in slightly. So I might extend that road going around it. So bringing that down. Ooh, that's ugly. And then just readjust this. Ooh, it doesn't want to fit in. Alright, try and pull that a little bit closer then. Oh, I think that will work, right? Yeah. So we've got a nice little perimeter going around. I'll probably slightly adjust it again at some point in the future. But not bad. So, city, less complainy. We've got some services now in. We've done some beautiful expansions. And we've got a population up to 5,000. There's still a lot of work to done. But we've got some good stuff in. We're just kind of now thinking about doing some bigger expansions. And getting some bigger projects in. And we might start looking at as well towards building the highway going through as we access some more areas. If you enjoyed it, smash a like button. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.